Show yourself, von Karstein. Will soon fall, and the rest of your pathetic cities will follow. That oppose me will die and rise again as my puppets. The undead fear nothing. Hiding beneath the mountain? For the dark is my realm, the grave my throne. Yet you have much to fear, for I am the true and rightful ruler of the Empire. Thine brave corpses will make a fine addition to my army.
Hello everybody, this is Havoc. Welcome, finally, to the Vampire Counts in-game cinematic trailer. You just watched it. I'm going to quickly walk through it, give some points, things that I've noticed. It won't be very long because obviously there was a stream last night going over them, and you'll see that video. If you don't see it today, you'll see it definitely by the week's end. So we start out here with the Witch Hunter. He is obviously in Sylvania or somewhere in there. The creepy voice of von Karstein. If I butchered that name, I'm sorry. But it looks like he has a regiment of what appears to be billmen in the Empire. Here's this creepy little girl singing. Oh, she's kind of cool. And then, oh my lord. And then the undead pop up. So the undead will be very awesome to play both against and with. There's von Karstein himself, his epic vampire lord, along with quite a few different characters and troops. One thing about, if it sticks true to the tabletop game, they don't have morale. When you don't have morale, obviously you can't route, so it'll be interesting to see how that mechanic works, if you'll just have to hack them to death, literally, in order to get rid of the troops, or whether they will have some sort of routing type mechanic that isn't a running away. And you see this epic siege battle with some very epic creatures. You have the hordes of the undead, you have bats, you have what looks like a big giant bat, and then you have rockets. It's interesting to see that's an aspect of the Empire that we haven't seen before with the rockets. And as you can see, von Karstein will probably be pretty epic. If you saw my siege battle, you'll see the kind of the wall mechanics that we were talking about yesterday. Just how sieges are going to be much more epic, regardless of what you have. And here we have the Light Priest. who is obviously quite powerful. He can take down that unit himself, but he is not spared. Him and his Pegasus are not spared. From whom I'm assuming is Von Karstein in a siege battle. Kills off the Light Priest. And obviously Von Karstein, very arrogant, very, yeah. And then here, obviously the dwarves are not spared from darkness and despair. You have your zombies there, and this dude's like, oh, we're screwed. Yep, we're definitely screwed. So hordes of the undead. Again, it'll be interesting to see how you kill them, how they're destroyed, and then you have that nasty critter, which I'm looking into, and we'll probably explain more in the later video. So that was kind of a quick walkthrough. It'll replay again because I want to go over just a couple of things. And then this, obviously, this part where he raises all the dead guys to join his army. That mechanic will be interesting as well. To see how, I don't know if it'll just count as like a unit replenishment, or if those units will literally join their armies. If so, how do you fight against those massive hordes of guys? Alright, so kind of a slightly quick, in-depth, just kind of overview things that I've noticed. I did catch a very small portion of the Twitch stream. Obviously it came on yesterday, and these are big units. The skeletons, you know, you're talking 160 units, I think, in the skeletons. They had Grave Guard, they had, not Wolverines, they may have been Wolverines, or not Wolverines, the hybrids, whatever. And so, a lot of units in these troops. Obviously, they're undead, so they can just clearly soak up whatever they want. So it'll be interesting to see how you're able to fight them. Again, the routing mechanic obviously doesn't apply to them because they're undead. So how you're able to destroy the armies will be interesting. What a witch hunter can do against the undead. Will he have more kind of buffs? Can he buff an army that will more readily fight the undead? You know, things like that. If you have a light priest, will a light priest be able to, if there's advantages in fighting the undead? There's got to be a way, there's got to be some core mechanic there to defeat them, because obviously you can't be too completely overpowered. How the regeneration, how he resurrects all those dead troops, what that does to the armies, what that does to your armies. You know, if you fight, if say you're the Empire and you lose a lot of your troops and he absorbs them, are you fighting your own troops? Will that have a morale against you? You know, that kind of stuff. Obviously, sieges are going to be much more epic, hopefully within the Twitch stream, and you'll find out later, hopefully they did a vampire siege with the Vampire Counts. And just things like that. Like, there's so much. Like, they've showed us this small thing, and it's opened up the door to so many more questions. I will go into much finer detail with the Twitch stream itself. I'm not quite sure how I'll do it, and it may take, you know, by the weekend in order to get everything nailed down that I want to. But it looks like the Vampire Counts will be a very fun, interesting game mechanic to play. And this is what I'm really going to like about Warhammer. You know, with the previous ones, you're obviously all fighting as humans. They all have the same sort of mechanics. They have certain buffs and debuffs. But with Warhammer, you have the humans, which we've always fought with. You have the dwarves, which are completely different kind of, they're a different race. So they have completely different mechanics they play by. The Chaos Warriors will have a completely different style of play. Beyond just like the hordes in Attila versus the Western Roman Empire, you know. And it's the same will go for the undead. You will have such a variety of gameplay styles that I think it will really lend to the Total War universe, and it makes me super excited. So I'm gonna leave it right there. It's kind of a cliffhanger, but it'll get you looking forward to the Twitch stream gameplay overviews, etc., that I'll go in later. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the description. Other than that, guys, this is Havoc, and I am out of here. Peace!